J. Jonah Jameson here. Spider-Man, a psychopath wielding powers he has no right to possess, trying to pass himself off as a hero. Well, let me tell you something, kid. You're no hero. You are a criminal, a miscreant, a masked marauder, a menace. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Film Theory. Hello, Internet. Welcome to SS Justin Studios. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it, but you know, we're gonna roll with it. So here's my first video of 2022, and it's gonna be a good one, I think. It's a Spider-Man theory video? Sure, let's go with that. You know, whatever gets me the most clicks and views. Anyway, you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, so let's get right into it. Roll the intro. With Marvel's trilogy of Spider-Man over and the next trilogy still far off, but closer than most might think, this leaves plenty of time for not only Marvel, but us, as the consumer of the movies and Disney Plus shows, to look forward into ideas and theories about what's next down the pipeline of Marvel installments. And as a huge Spider-Man fan myself, among others, I thought, why not? Considering Spider-Man No Way Home's insane time at the theaters thus far. It is all but confirmed, really, I think, that there will be, in fact, another Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy under Papa Feige's belt. Obvious spoiler warning for those who have not seen Spider-Man No Way Home yet. I'll leave this warning here for a few seconds to give you time to click away. Oh, wait, you're still here? Okay, well, I'll assume you've either seen the movie or don't care about spoilers. Here we go, then. At the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, we see Peter rent an apartment. Then we see him sewing his new homemade suit 2.0, with direct inspiration from the other two Peter Spider-Man suits. We also can figure out that the next trilogy will take place during Peter's college days. What tells us this? Well, the most obvious thing, or at the very least, one of the most obvious things, is the comics. It'll make sense to continue to follow them like we've continued to do so. There is also a GED book at the top of his box. So, why am I saying all of this? To build up the foundation and more for this theory. So, here comes another spoiler warning. You should have seen this one coming. But I'm going straight into this, as I assume you would have left with the first warning. Peter will get the symbiote in the next trilogy. The Venom symbiote was left by Eddie Brock from the Venomverse, the one that's without a Spider-Man. And anyone who even has the smallest bit of Spider-Man knowledge knows what the symbiote does to Peter, right? Okay, well, if not, allow me to explain. The symbiote amplifies the strength and emotions of its wearer, so that a reasonably fit human, such as Eddie Brock, can compete and even exceed Spider-Man's strength. It does also give the wearer improved speed and agility on the host. End quote. So now, let's bring it back. Our Peter Parker, the 616 Peter, will somehow get the symbiote. It will find its way to Peter. However, here is where the theory comes into play. Sure, we may have already seen Tobey and Raimi's version of the symbiote suit, but ladies and gentlemen, this version of the symbiote Spider-Man suit is unlike that one or any other. We all know the origin of Spider-Man. He gets bit and then goes through a transformation, loses Uncle Ben. He then learns what it truly means to be Spider-Man. Now, we've yet to see the spider bite and Uncle Ben's death in the MCU. We obviously know that it was traumatic, but with Spider-Man freshman year coming up soon on Disney Plus, we may very well just see what we've been wanting. However, what we do know and have seen is so much more already. We've seen Peter die. We've seen him be brought back to life to only then watch Tony Stark, his mentor and father figure, die right in front of him. He lost Happy, his last remaining connection to Tony. He won't even be able to walk alongside his class due to the fact his mere presence no longer exists. But even more than that, he loses Aunt May. She dies at the hands of Green Goblin, but not before she can say the iconic line, "With great power, there must also come great responsibility." He decides to not remind his best friend Ned and his girlfriend MJ of who he is, as he thinks they are better off without him. This also isn't even counting Doctor Strange and anyone else Peter was connected to in No Way Home and before. Who knows what happened between Uncle Ben's death and the first time we see Peter in Captain America Civil War. All of this is to set up and say we will get the most vicious version of Peter with the symbiote suit, the most harsh Peter Parker, even more so than Toby, and one of the iconic lines, "You want forgiveness? Get religion," in Spider-Man 3, because we all saw where Eddie went next. He went to church to ask God to make himself better than Peter. Folks, he will literally become the Spider-Menace that J. Jonah Jameson continues to call Peter, even though Peter has done nothing to deserve that title. That's right, you heard it here first, folks. Spider-Man, aka the Spider-Menace, has a new black and white suit. Why does he need a new suit, you may ask? Because he no longer is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Instead, he is a menace to society, truly deserving of the title Spider-Menace. But hey, that's just a theory, a film theory, and cut.